Hey, is that folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horses.
I told you not to mention wild folk dance. Hi-de-ho.
Hot dog.
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
I couldn't be outdoors when it tore without my cane. Without my walking stick, I'd go insane. I couldn't live my best, I feel undressed without my cane. If I ever left my house without my walking stick, would it look? It would be something I could never explain. Yet the thing that makes me click, our lover's name. I'm a walking stick, I'm a walking cane. Play that guitar there, Rick. How you doing? Here we are on Horses Sing None of It. My name is Ralph Litwin. Here's my co-host, Lou Gelfond, playing that fiddle, sawing away. And our special guest today is Rick Ilowite.
That's me.
And he's a master of that finger-style guitar.
Or something like that.
Or something like that. And Rick likes to play a lot of ragtime and blues. I've seen him perform. I actually played on stage with him down at the Minstrel Show.
That's right, a night we'll never forget.
And so welcome, Rick.
Glad to be here.
Where do you hail from?
I'm from northern New Jersey. I live in the town of Edgewater, which is up by the George Washington Bridge on the river. And,
Makes sense with a name like that, Edgewater.
Edgewater, right, but it would be on the edge of some water. And it's a good place to live because it's easy to get to every place. Regardless of where I have a gig, it's in this area anyway. It's pretty central.
And how on earth did you ever get started playing?
Well, gee, I'm glad you asked me that question.
You didn't know I was going to ask you that question. I'm
I
sure.
was completely unprepared for it, and I really have to scratch this up. Well, I've really been playing something or other ever since I was pretty little. My first instrument was banjo, actually. My folks got me a Sears and Roebuck banjo when I was a little kid, and my parents actually were old family friends of the Seegers. So in addition to this banjo, I got an autographed copy of How to Play the 5-String Banjo.
All right.
And started learning how to play the 5-string banjo. And after many years of assiduous hard work, managed to get myself to the point of being a very mediocre banjo player. So when I was 13 or 14, though, banjo was getting to be a little too wimpy for an aspiring rock and roll adolescent. So everybody I knew was playing the guitar and buying amplifiers and buying electric guitars. So I started discovering that whole scene. Off and on over the years, I played in a couple of rock and roll bands. But I really, I was about 16 or 17 when I discovered fingerstyle blues guitar, and that kind of got me back to the folk roots and the acoustic roots, and that kind of stuff really turned me on. So I've been doing that. I do other things once in a while too, but it always comes back to that.
Let's hear some of that stuff there, Rick.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Actually,
What are you planning on sharing with us? What do you have up your sleeve, up your shirt sleeves today?
there's a bunch of tunes. This is actually one of the more recent tunes I worked out, and this is a tune that has a lot of versions. This version I copped out of Sing Out magazine, and it was attributed to a Bahamian guitar player named Joseph Spence.
Oh yeah, I love
and it's
Joseph
the old,
Spence.
It's the old Delia's Gone. So. Shot his Delia was on a Christmas night. First time he shot her, she laid her head and died. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. Send for the doctor came too late. Send for the preacher to lay out Delia's straight. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. Take the Ralph. Rubber-tired buggy and rubber-tired hack, taking Delia to the graveyard, they ain't never coming back. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. Delia, oh Delia, say where you been so long. Everybody's talking about Delia dead and gone. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. Yeah, one of those tunes that's based on a true story, though I don't really know all the details of the story. It was the murder of a prostitute in, I believe, Charlotte, North Carolina in like the 1890s or something like that. A lot of these songs, that's really almost kind of a bluegrass ballad. At least it's done that way a lot. And back before the days of the National Enquirer and stuff like that, a lot of these seedy stories were traded by tabloid song, or I suppose you'd call it.
Uh-huh. That guy, Joseph Spence, you ever heard of records of his?
Yeah, I've heard.
He's a pretty wild player. He, aside from his amazing guitar style, he tunes his guitar so that it's not quite what we think of as the normal tuning. But it's close.
Some guitars,
huh?
Some guitars actually, it may just not be possible to tune in anything we'd call a normal tuning. I've owned guitars like that anyway.
I suppose, yeah.
I feel surrounded by beards today here.
Yes.
You guys in good folk tradition, wearing your beards proudly.
Well, I'll trade you my beard for your hair.
Yeah, when are you growing your beard back, Lou?
I don't
we got
know.
a picture of it up on the wall there.
You do? Well, I haven't gotten around to it this week, I tell you.
Well, what else you got up your sleeve there, Rick?
Well, let's see. We've got... I've always been notorious for not making set lists before I play. I usually just try to leave it up to the spur of the moment, which sometimes leads me into situations where it's like, oh my God, what do I know? But I'll do this. This is a tune that, Ralph, I know you do on banjo, but this is my guitar version of Reverend Gary tune called Buck Dance. It's a rag, and Reverend Gary, before he got religion, did some pretty bawdy stuff. This is an instrumental, but if it had words, they'd be pretty bad. So anyway, this is Buck Dance with a B.
Looks like fun to do.
Yes,
Rick, I was just getting ready to blast off there. Play it on one more time.
Oh, okay.
one more
Give me a sec.
round
Let me
for
tighten
Ralph.
my fingerpick. It was about to go flying off and shatter the lens of the camera. So that's a whole new thing that they haven't written up in any of the method books yet, is actually how to shove a fingerpick back onto your finger when it's coming off in the middle of a tune. But yeah, let's go. You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
One more time.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's like Monday Night Football. Slow motion replay.
Well, I think we need to take us a little break for some, no doubt, very important information.
No doubt.
From the McGruff Files, the case of the Tucson tip-off. In the Midtown area of Tucson, Arizona, things were no doggone good. Burglaries were up, spirits were down, and folks were fed up. So they worked with police to get their neighborhood back. They organized community watch groups. In just 3 weeks, burglaries were down 30%. The people of Tucson are making a difference, and you can too. Write this down and I'll show you how you can help take a bite out of crime.
Everyone makes mistakes, Matthew. Don't pay any attention to the other children.
For this bright 6-year-old, the ABCs have never been as simple as ABC. Where do you go when you're different from the other kids? He got help at a Center for Learning Disabilities. They got help from the United Way. All because the United Way got help from you. The United Way. It brings out the best in all of us.
Hi, I'm Lou Gelfond of Northwest Jersey. I'm a folk music enthusiast and musician and part of the Hunterdon Folk Exchange. I'd like to tell you a bit about the Hunterdon Folk Exchange and how you can be part of it or join us. On the screen coming up is the address and phone number, area code 201-852-0591. Give us a call if you want to be part of any of the activities that we run. We have a fiddle contest around the Ides of March each year. We have boat rides and parties and all kinds of gatherings and concerts that we think you'd probably enjoy. So our address is also 166 Brunswick Pike, West Portal, New Jersey, 08802. Join us.
I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I'll be all right someday. In my heart, I do believe that I'll be all right someday. When trouble comes, I don't pay no mind. I'll be all right someday. In my heart, I do believe that I'll be all right someday.
Rick, you love that finger picking guitar. You like to lay into it.
It's a lot of fun. Keeps your joints loose.
Yeah, you played a little bluegrass music, but mostly it's just with finger picking.
Mostly it's finger picking. I went through a thing, like even when I was playing rock and roll guitar, I was always playing with finger picks. And I sort of went through a conscious effort a few years ago to learn how to flat pick. And started doing it and sort of got okay. Discovered there are some things you can do with a flat pick that you just can't do with finger picks. And that's the advantage. But I've been able to kind of incorporate most of the tricks. So I can do things that sort of border on flat picking, like cross picking, things like that, with the finger picks, and it sounds pretty much the same.
Cross picking, what do you mean?
Just picking things across. We were talking about doing this tune Little Sadie, and that's got a little melody riff in that means kind of doing a flat picking line that jumps across strings when it plays the melody. So. Last night to take a little round, met little Sadie and I blowed her down. Went right home, went to bed. 44 smoke was under my head. Got up the next morning about 8:45. The hacks and the buggies all waiting in line. The gentlemen and the gamblers standing all around. Take little Sadie to her burial ground. So I began to think what a deed I'd done. Grabbed my hat and away I run. A good run, but a little too slow. They overtook me in Jericho. I was standing on the corner reading the bill. Along come a sheriff from Thomasville. Says, young man, is your name Brown? Remember the night you blowed Sadie down? Oh yes sir, my name is Lee, and I murdered little Sadie in the first degree and the second degree. Got any papers, would you read them to me? They took me downtown all dressed in black, put me on a train and they sent me back to the county jail. Had nobody for to go my bail. The judge and the jury, they took the stand. The judge held the paper in his right hand. 41 days, 41 nights, 41 years to wear the ball and the stripes. Went out last night to take a little round. Met little Sadie and I blowed her down. Went right home to bed. 44 smoke was under my head.
Rolls along reminds me of like a riverboat, just like moving along, kind of going.
That's nice stuff. There's a couple of tunes I do that, there's one tune that's probably astronomically too long to do here, but it's an old Irish ballad. I don't just do blues and spirituals. Sometimes if I run into a tune I really, really like, you know, even if it's like completely off the wall stylistically, if I think there's a remote chance of pulling it off, you know, I'm not going to be intimidated.
We're going to take just one more break for just a moment or two. We'll be right back with Rick Ilowite. Just a moment. Thank you. Hi, everybody. You're wondering how you can get on this show. Well, it's a secret. No, maybe Ralph will tell you.
I will tell you. You know, all you have to do is write.
Don't tell him. Oh,
We're gonna give you the address and the telephone number to write to. Okay? It's gonna come up on the screen. And if you're a musician of any kind of performer, any kind of ethnic music, we'd love to have it. If you're Bahamian or Lithuanian, anything like that, we'd love to have you.
Just give us a call and we'll get you on the show. We'd love to have you on.
We pledged our allegiance to it when we were young.
The flag was still there.
We studied its importance when we were in our teens.
He saw the flag.
We sing its praises at every sporting event. We display it when we celebrate.
Present.
Lower it when we mourn.
Our flag is presented on behalf of a grateful nation.
And honor our heroes with it when they've fallen. The flag of the United States of America. It stands for what we are and what we believe in. How we treat it says a lot about us.
Well, that's about all we have time for on Horses Sing None of It. I'm Ralph Litwin, Lou Gelfond, co-host here, and we would like to thank Rick Ilowite for being our guest today.
Glad to be
And
here.
if you want to hear him play that Irish song, look for his name in the newspaper. He's playing around the area.
All over New Jersey.
All over New Jersey. So let's take it out with this song, which I forgot what it is.
Candyman.
Candyman.
Yeah, Candyman, the old standard. Ready? Well, said now, Candyman.